All right, here we go. Video number one, we're gonna get started. The first thing I wanna say is that this event is like no other. This event is, really about getting your community involved. Your community, your schools, the school teacher, law enforcement, the parents, the children, community figures, all about a cause which is so prevalent in today's society and so important to deal with, and that everyone is concerned about. And the idea is to get all of these people at your martial arts school, which makes your martial arts school the source of bully prevention in your town. If you can get this done, and once you get this done, let me say, this is a direct link to all of those people in your community that I just mentioned for all future events, okay? This is such, I've seen all the bully prevention parents' night outs out there, okay? But, one thing that they're lacking is, the connection to the town. Yeah, you can teach bully prevention, and everyone teaches bully prevention. And you know what? I'm going to go through a lot of, bully prevention keys, but this video is not really about, bully prevention. Okay, it's about the event. Okay, the event in your community, which is going to make you the source, okay, of bully prevention. Okay, there is a lot of content out there regarding bullying. So, I have some, and I have all of my documents here for you. But you can find a wealth of information out there on bullying, okay? So once again, this is about the Bully Busting Parents' Night Out event, hosting this event at your martial arts school, okay? Let's get right into the blueprint. And if you take a look, it says announce and promote the event, okay? Obviously, this is how you're going to get people at your event, okay? So there's two documents. Let me talk about a couple things here. Document number one, okay? This is one of the keys, okay? Your goal is to get, all of those people, especially school teachers, to your event, okay? The school teachers of your current members to your event, okay? This is the first contact with school teachers. So I have this invitation, okay? This invitation, once again, is gonna go, you're gonna give it to your students about 4 weeks before the event, and they're going to give it to their school teacher. Now, will all of your students give this document to their school teacher? Probably not. I'm guessing at least 60 to 70% of my students will actually give this to their school teacher, okay, and invite them to Master Kim's Taekwondo Bully Busting Night, okay? Practice this, okay? Practice this in your school. Practice the students actually giving the invitations to their teachers. So we practice. This is what I would do. Okay, end of class announcement. Okay, Johnny, the first question I would ask, because you don't want to ask a question that's gonna result in low energy or maybe no hands up, okay? So the question that I ask is, okay, who's ready to see their teacher break a board here at Master Kim's Taekwondo for bully awareness? All the hands go up, okay? Because everyone wants to see their teacher break a board, okay? Who thinks their teacher can break a board? No, and a lot of them are gonna be like, no, they can't break a board. So who wants to see their teacher? Okay, Johnny, stand up. We have these invitations. The invitations have to go to your school teacher. This is what I want you to do. I want you to pretend right now, you call up one of your instructors, pretend he or she is your school teacher, and give this to your school teacher. What's your teacher's name? Mrs. Smith, sir. Okay, so I want you to practice. The correct way to do this is you give Mrs. Smith the invitation. You hand it over to her with two hands, and you say, Mrs. Smith, I am inviting you to Master Kim's Taekwondo's bully busting event to break a board for bully awareness. Can you go, ma'am, or sir, or please, okay? And then they practice. So have someone practice it, like, especially for the first couple of weeks. Have someone practice that and show the other children and families how that's going to happen, okay? And, this is the key to your event. get the teachers to your event, okay? And we're gonna talk more about this in just a little bit. The other handout that you're giving, and I just hand them out together, both at the same time. This is the bully busting invitation. I know that yours looks different. Your papers are in color, okay? And they're the, and they'll be, more effective in color too. But this bully busting event, this permission slip goes to a guest, okay? So how do you accept registration? Registration is available at the front desk, okay? You just sign up there, okay? All the family has to do, the student has to do, is just pay their $39, sign up at the front desk, then they are registered. Then this permission slip goes to a guest, okay? We say a non-member guest. They can bring a non-member guest for free, okay? And it just is their contact information to give you the correct information for them, so when you follow up with them after the event, okay? So they just register at the front desk, okay? We charge them $39 for the events, Now, people always say, $39, do you want to charge them? Do you not want to charge them? Yes, charge them, okay? I mean, a 3-hour event, so educational. They bring a guest, pizza and juice, $39 is nothing, okay? And you know what? There's gonna be a lot of overhead into this event. So you need to charge for the event. And the event cost, front desk, they take care of that. Once they pay, you put their name on the list, they're registered, okay? And then we'll wait for, then we'll go to the next part. Just continue to, D says social media, just continue to put it on your social media, because you know what I'm talking about. Okay, register for the bully busting event, and some type of education in terms of key to bully busting. I mean, every parent is concerned about this topic, okay? And your school and you are doing a huge service to your community in helping people with this event, okay? So just blast it on your social media, okay? Continue to build excitement, okay? So we're gonna go to number 2 on the blueprint, A, with discussions. So every class leading up to the event, you're talking about bullying, okay? Just end your class at the correct time so you have a couple minutes to talk about it. So I have 2 documents. Document 3, which is the Mat Chat discussions, okay? And document 4, keys to bully busting. The Mat Chat discussion or the keys to bully busting, each one of them have 7 parts to them in terms of 7 questions or information that you can share with the class. So let's go through one of these. So let's say a class ended. Okay, gather around, here we go, okay? Who's excited for a bully busting event, okay? We're gonna see your teachers break for bully awareness, okay? Bully busting, here we go. I love to ask these questions, okay? It engages the student, your families, encourages discussion amongst your families. Okay, so you just sit them down. Question number 1. All right, here we go. Everyone sit up straight, listen. There's a kid in your class, okay? He looks different. And since the beginning of the school year, people have been saying mean things about him behind his back. Is this bullying, okay? So it's just, a question to encourage discussion. Then, okay, I want you to think right now on a count of, when I count down, everyone's gonna raise your hand if you think this is bullying. 3, 2, 1, and you know what? Some will raise their hand, some will not. For this one, probably most will. Absolutely, gossiping or talking behind someone's back is one of the worst forms of bullying. Using the internet or texting is called cyberbullying, and it is never okay. So, talk about it, okay? Every one of these questions, every one of the keys, talk about it, okay? So from here, some talking points would be, okay, now, raise your hand if you've seen someone in your school that looks different. Okay, everyone's gonna raise their hand. Raise your hand if you've heard someone say something mean about this person. Most of them, they're gonna raise their hand. Raise your hand if you've ever said something mean about this person. Some of them may raise their hand. What do you do when someone looks different? Do we want to encourage that type of behavior? No, sir. Okay, so like every single one of these topics, okay, you can talk about, okay, and you can encourage discussion, and you can just give a great message, to your students and your families, okay. The same thing. Okay, actually, let me just do one more, okay. Let's say the next one. You see the boys on the bus pushing and shoving as they get off the bus. Is this bullying? Okay, now they're gonna say, you know. Okay, here we go, 3, 2, 1, raise your hand if this is bullying. You know, some will raise their hand, some will not raise their hand. And this one here, maybe. Okay, are there children who just cannot control themselves? Or are they pushing and touching someone who doesn't want to be touched, okay? So now, you know, it's like you talk about the intent, okay? Did the ones that push and shove, did they mean to push and shove? And are they doing it every day? So, because if that's the case, then it would be considered bullying. Are they just, you know, friends that are losing control? Then maybe they just need to work on their self-control. Also, okay, bus, perfect time. Okay, talk about the bus. So every one of these questions, they have a different talking point. Talk about the bus. Okay, the bus is one of the most, you know, challenging places for children, and one of the places where bullying occurs. Okay, what rules of the bus? Okay, raise your hand if you know rules of the bus. Kids are going to raise their hand. Okay. You sit down. Okay, you don't stand up. You ask for help from the bus driver if something happened. You know, I mean, the bus is really one of those places. I would consider the bus, the playground, the cafeteria, where there's less supervision, and you know, it's just a place where, you know, children, you know, get bullied. Okay, so, you know, talk about ways to, you know, act, behave, show respect to others, show respect to yourself, things like that. You know, so every question will just give a good message to your school. Okay, just, you know, make up your own questions. Just read the questions first. Make sure you know what you're talking about. The keys to bully busting. Okay, that document there, document 4. You will use this document the night of your event. Okay. And I'll get into this a little bit more later too, but let me just quickly hit each one. Look the part, you know, sitting up straight. So even this, you know, each one of these, just talk about them leading up, because you know what, maybe not everyone is going to attend your event, okay? Look the parts, you know, sitting up straight, walking with confidence in school, you know, using good eye contact, you know, when you're speaking with others, okay? So these are all things that you want to discuss in your school, encourage, and also, you know, build excitement about bully busting night, because these are the topics that we will discuss. Avoid the bully, okay? You know, if you're standing, you know, you need to get to school, the playground is, you know, on your way, let's walk around the playground, you know, avoid the bully, okay? Stay with friends. You know, fact is that bullies are less likely to confront a group of people, okay? And just read this, please. Tell the teacher you trust, okay? At the end of class, if you're talking about this one, okay, I want everyone right now, okay? When I call on you, you tell me one teacher you can trust in school. If something happened that you could go up to and you can talk to them about bullying, okay? Stay calm. You know, this one is one that, you know, because what happens? A child gets bullied, they start, you know, freaking out, they start yelling or screaming or crying, and that's the type of emotion that those bullies want to see. So we need to teach them to stay calm. Be nice, use humor. This is a tough one here, okay? Because it takes a lot of wit and it takes a lot of practice, but you can practice this in your school. Let's go to, let's see, I like this one on the bottom. Example 2, a bully says, I'm going to beat you up, okay? Johnny, I'll save you the trouble and I'll beat myself up. You know, something like that, then firmly walk away. So please just read through this, do your own education on bullying so you're able to teach the topic, okay? Like I said, you know, I'm going to get into some bullying, but this is really about the event, okay? Protect yourself. And you know what, you're going to, you know, I really like it when the students, they speak to their parents about this one. You know, they talk to their parents about, you know, what they should do. You know, should they fight back? Should they not fight back? And of course, we never want to encourage fighting back, okay? But we'll practice, you know, some Taekwondo. We'll practice the back off. And we'll get to that more during the actual night. Let me see. Okay, we're going to go to number 3, getting teachers to show up, okay? Once again, this is the key to the night. You need teachers to show up, okay? How many teachers should show up to your event? I mean, at my main, I'm going to have 60 school teachers here, and that's all we can have. As many as you can, okay? But if you have 10 teachers this year show up, that's a success. Imagine 10 school teachers at your facility breaking boards for bully awareness. that you're gonna blast all over social media after, okay? It's, this is what we need. Ask your teachers who currently take lessons, okay? Hey, you have school teachers, you have, and these can be, high school teachers, it can be college professors, anyone that teaches, okay? They can be one of the teachers to break a board for bully awareness. And once again, you have to stress to them that it is from 7:30, okay? Just 7:30 to 8 o'clock, 7:30 to 8:15, just that short period of time. If they could come to your facility, Mr. Smith, I'm holding this bully prevention night, and we're inviting school teachers to come down and break boards for bully awareness. Could you do that for me? And you know what? You're gonna get a bunch of school teachers that will do that for you. So number one, think about the current teachers that you have at your institute. Ask your current parents who are teachers, okay? You're gonna have a ton of those, okay? I could easily fill my school with teachers that currently participate or teachers of parents, okay? So those right to there, same thing. Mrs. Smith, we're holding this bully prevention night, and we're inviting school teachers to come down and break boards for bully awareness. Can you be here? Would you mind coming down to help out? And you know what? Sometimes for those teachers, if they have children in your program and you want to offer them their child a free spot to come down for the event, you can do that too. If you that will definitely give them some incentive to come down for your event. Personally invite local school teachers. I like to personally invite the nearest town. So like this location is in the town of Penfield, New York. So there's 4 Penfield elementary schools. I will contact the K through 5 teachers personally and invite them to my event. And you know what? Next year and the year after, your event's gonna be so much easier, okay? And all of the teachers have heard about my event. And you know what? Some of these teachers are actually dying to get into my event. So if I will personally invite school teachers. Find their email, find their school pages, find their student pages. Every teacher has an email. You can contact them directly, okay? Don't be afraid to do that. Personally invite local principals. If you can get school teachers there, that's fantastic. If you can get principals there, that's even, that's totally amazing, okay? Last year, I think I had 7 principals that broke boards for bully awareness at my main, and it was just fantastic. I mean, getting your principals to your facility to break boards for bully awareness, and sending that message to your entire community that we're all working together to fight bullying, it's powerful. It's powerful. Have your students and parents ask, okay? I mean, you have a handful of students and parents that you feel very comfortable with, okay? So these are the ones, okay? Mr. Smith, I see that Johnny signed up for the event, and I know that he goes to Cobbles Elementary, where Mr. Kenny is the principal. Do you mind, just sending him an email about the event and just letting them know that we would love to see him at the event to break boards for bully awareness? You know what? I'm going to follow up with them too, but if you could send them an email too, that would mean a lot to me. Okay? Or you tell the children, okay, hey. Paige and Hunter, this is what I want you to do. Tomorrow you go into school, I want you to go see Mr. Kenny, and you ask him, just ask him if he's gonna be here at Master Kim's Bully Awareness Night, okay? So have your students and parents ask, and you know what? The parents that are the closest to you, they're gonna ask. They're gonna send an email, because you know what's cool? It's cool when the school and the Taekwondo school and they, everything's connected, everyone's working together, and they'll do that, okay? So I would say, your students, your parents, get them to contact those schools, those educators. You'll begin to get emailed responses back, communicate with them professionally to get to them to the event. Okay, so right now I have one of my staff members that handles this entire process there with the emails, okay? You could probably handle it the first year, but after that, you may have one of your staff members just handle all of the emails. You make your own, you make a different email, where they, that's on the document 1, so they contact that email, you respond back to them timely, professionally, give them all the details about the event, let them know when you want them to show up, etc. Answer all of the questions that they're gonna have, and just, get that communication, down. G, teachers are afraid. Okay, now this is the biggest reason why teachers will not attend your night, okay? I would say most of the school teachers are in their what, maybe 30s, 40s, and elementary school, they're predominantly women. So women in their 30s and 40s that have not done martial arts or broken a board, you know, I mean, they're pretty safe where they are, okay? So kind of going outside of their comfort zone to break a board for bully awareness, this is gonna be, it may take some work, okay? So just understand that they are concerned that, oh no, you know, that they're gonna embarrass themselves. They're concerned that they're not gonna be able to break a board. So your staff, okay, whether it be the emails or the communication with them, is to make sure that they know that hey, you know, Master Kim is going to teach you safely and easily how to break that board on that night, okay? Reassure them that they will be able to do it, okay? And have a great time. And of course, the message for towards them is that they're gonna really, bring, give a great message to the children, okay? By leading by example, okay? I mean, we always teach, the children to go outside of their comfort zone. So now that's what these teachers are doing. H, announce teachers who will be attending. Every time you get a confirmation on a school teacher, boom, nice sign, it goes up on the wall, okay? Teachers who will be attending, okay? And then once the school teachers' names start going up there, the parents, the families, your students, they see the school teacher's names up there, encourages other families and children to get their school teacher up there. It just creates that constant buzz all month long on who's going to be at the event to break boards for bully awareness, and it'll encourage sign-ups, registration. It's just a great thing, just when a teacher confirms, boom, get their name right up there. Find teachers to speak at the event, okay? So let's say this year you have 10 school teachers, have two of them talk at the event, okay? You do the first 5 breaks, one school teacher is going to talk. You know what? These school teachers, they know what to talk about. They deal with this topic all the time. You don't even have to let them know what to talk about, okay? Just ask them if they would like to say a few words to the children on that night. And you know what? Same thing. A lot of school teachers, they're not going to want to do that, okay? Which is completely fine, and let them know. Don't make them do it, okay? Which is fine. Just let them know, hey, okay, thank you for considering, and we'll see you at the event, blah, blah, blah. Of course, when you can get a couple school teachers to speak at the event, it's just powerful, okay? School teachers, imagine right now a school teacher talking about bullying on the mat of your martial arts school in front of your community, parents, teachers, families, children, okay? It's powerful, okay? So find a couple in advance, not that night, okay? So once you get the full list, let's say you have 10 teachers that have committed, okay? Then, a couple days before, you send out an email, or you talk to them if they're in your school. Just say, okay, I'm gonna, we're looking for just, a couple people to speak at the event to the children about bullying. Please reply if you're able to do that. Okay, as simple as that. You'll get a few. J, find one crime prevention officer or community figure. For this event, I like the crime prevention officer, okay? But you can do a community figure also, or you can have both. Every town has a crime prevention officer, okay? For their, their DARE program, or the law enforcement has someone assigned to handle things like this, okay? It may not be, I think most of them are kind of used to working maybe during like a school day, so this is definitely different, okay? So you need to get the heads up, okay? Give them the heads up and let them know, who you would like to see. If you have someone, at your school, that law enforcement officer at your school that would like to do this, fantastic. That's who I use every year. I have a couple officers that come in their uniforms. They talk to the children about bullying, and same thing. It just gives a powerful message, and it just combines the entire town. Okay, hey, everyone's working together to help your child. After the event, okay, be sure to thank these people, okay? Thank them, okay? Because you know what? When you thank them, you're gonna get them back next year, okay? I think that just about wraps up the initial preparation. A couple key points there. Remember, school teachers, you're only asking them to be there at 7:30, okay? So that needs to be clear, okay? 7:30 to 8:15. And once again, that's the key to this event. We need to get the school teachers there. All right. We're going to go on to the next video, okay? And which is video 2, okay? Thank you so much.